You place your bird in the basket on race morning, close the lid, and feel that familiar mix of hope and fear. You've trained it well, you've fed it right, you've kept the loft clean. But here's the hard truth. The race isn't won in the sky. It's won in the 72 hours before the basket even leaves your loft. And if you're making just one of these common mistakes, you're setting your bird up to lose, no matter how strong its wings or how pure its bloodline. Today, I'm going to show you the exact race day routine used by the world's top fanciers, Leo Heremans, Louis van der Velde, Joe Stone, and how you can use it starting this week to see real results. This isn't theory, it's what happens in lofts that win national races year after year. Let's start 72 hours before race day. This is when champions begin. Not with extra feed, not with special supplements, but with silence. Leo Heremans, one of Belgium's most decorated fanciers, has a strict rule. No visitors, no cleaning, no changes, 72 hours before every race. Why? Because stress is the silent killer of performance. A bird that hears loud voices, sees strangers, or notices a moved perch enters race day with elevated cortisol, the stress hormone that dulls navigation, slows reaction time, and weakens immunity. So for the next 3 days, your loft becomes a sanctuary. No handling, no unnecessary noise, no changes to feeders, waterers, or perches. Let the bird rest in absolute predictability. Now feeding, from 72 hours out, switch to a light clean mix. 40% wheat, 25% barley, 20% peas, 15% lentils, no corn, no safflower, no oil seeds. Why? Because fat creates metabolic heat and diverts energy from focus to digestion. A racing pigeon doesn't need dense calories right now, it needs clarity. And this mix provides steady energy without weighing it down. Feed 35 grams per bird, split into 2 meals, and always clean water, change twice daily. At Pigeon Healthy, we know stress can't always be controlled by silence alone. That's why we use a gentle, plant-based calmative, a blend of lavender and thyme, steeped in water and offered 24 hours before the race. It's not a sedative, it's a signal. You are safe. If you'd like our exact recipe, tested in lofts across Belgium and Turkey, comment RaceCom below, and I'll send you our free guide 5 natural remedies every fancier should know. Now 48 hours before race day, hydration becomes critical. Add electrolytes to the water. 1 pinch of sea salt, 1 drop of honey, and a squeeze of lemon per liter. This isn't sugar water, it's biology. It replaces the sodium, potassium, and glucose your bird will lose in flight. And give probiotics that evening, plain unsweetened yogurt, 1 teaspoon per bird, or a commercial pigeon probiotic. This ensures the gut is calm, balanced, and ready to absorb nutrients fast on return. 24 hours before the race, switch to your race mix, 40% wheat, 25% corn, 20% peas, 15% safflower. Corn and safflower provide fast, dense energy for the burst of speed needed at release. Feed 40 grams, 30 in the evening, 10 in the morning, and prepare the basket. Place it inside the loft with the door open. Put a small piece of familiar loft wood or an old feed bag inside. Smell is a powerful homing cue. Let the bird enter voluntarily. Never force it. Race morning, light breakfast only, 10 grams of wheat, no corn, no peas, just easy to digest carbs that won't weigh it down. In the basket, include a small water bottle, secured so it doesn't spill, a handful of dry straw, and that familiar loft scent. At the release point, open the basket, step back, and give your bird 30 seconds to orient. Don't shout, don't wave, let it choose when to fly. Rushing creates panic, and panic shuts down navigation. Now the return. The first 2 hours are sacred. Minute 0:30, fresh electrolyte water. Let it drink freely. Minute 30:60, recovery feed. 50% peas, 30% wheat, 20% flaxseed. This rebuilds muscle, reduces inflammation, and kickstarts digestion. That evening, probiotics again, and absolute calm. No handling, no visitors, no changes. Let it rest in dim light. Joe Stone, a national champion from the Netherlands, says, "I never touch my birds in the first hour after return. They need to feel safe, not examined." And Louis van der Velde adds, "I only race if the wind is from the south." Crosswinds confuse even the best birds. These aren't superstitions, they're hard-won lessons. But avoid these 5 deadly mistakes. Cleaning the loft the day before the race. Dust and new smells cause stress. Skipping water in the basket. Even on 100-kilometer races, dehydration starts fast. Forcing the bird into the basket. It should enter willingly. Handling it the moment it returns. Wait at least 30 minutes. Racing it again the following week. Give it 7-10 days to fully recover. This isn't about perfection, it's about respect. The champions don't have better birds, they have better routines. And that routine begins not with the basket, but with silence, consistency, and care. So as you prepare for your next race, remember, the bird that flies home fastest isn't the one with the strongest wings. It's the one that left the loft feeling safe, calm, and ready. If this helped you, hit like. It tells YouTube this matters. Share it with a fancier who's been working hard but not seeing results. And in the comments, tell me, what's one thing you'll change in your race day routine this week? And don't forget, for natural plant-based support that honors your bird's biology, visit Pigeon Healthy, because your pigeons deserve care that works with nature, not against it. Race morning, the sun is just rising. Your bird is calm, alert, and ready. This is the moment everything has led to. But what you do in the next 2 hours will decide not just if it flies well, but if it comes home at all. First, the breakfast. Never give a full meal. Never give corn or oil seeds. Just 10 grams of plain wheat. Why? Because a heavy crop weighs the bird down, slows takeoff, and diverts blood to digestion, not navigation. The goal isn't energy, it's lightness. A bird with a full crop is like a runner eating a steak before a marathon. The body prioritizes digestion over performance. And in racing, every gram matters. Some fanciers skip feeding entirely. They believe an empty bird flies faster. But this is a mistake. A completely empty crop causes panic. The bird thinks it must forage, not race. The small wheat meal satisfies hunger without adding weight. It tells the bird you are safe, you are fed, now fly home. Now the basket. This isn't just a container, it's a mobile piece of home. Inside, place 3 things: a small water bottle, secured so it doesn't spill, a handful of dry straw or hay, and a piece of familiar loft material, like a scrap of old feed bag or a small block of wood from your loft floor. Smell is one of the strongest homing cues pigeons use, especially in the final kilometers. Leo Heremans, one of Belgium's most respected fanciers, says, "My birds know the basket by smell before they even see it." He's right. Studies show that pigeons can detect scent particles from over 50 kilometers away. The familiar smell creates a mental map. It says, this is the direction of safety. Without it, the bird navigates by instinct alone, which works but not as reliably. The straw serves another purpose. It absorbs moisture and provides grip. A slippery basket floor causes stress. The bird cannot settle. It wastes energy trying to balance instead of resting before release. And rest matters. A calm bird at release flies 10 to 15% faster than an agitated one. The water bottle is insurance. Long transport times dehydrate birds. A dehydrated bird loses focus. Its blood thickens. Its muscles fatigue faster. One sip before release can mean the difference between a strong finish and a bird that lands halfway home, too tired to continue. At the release point, resist the urge to help. Open the basket, step back, and give your bird 30 seconds to orient. Don't shout, don't wave, don't tap the basket. A rushed release creates panic, and panic shuts down the sun compass. Let the bird choose when to fly. If it hesitates, it's not ready. Better to withdraw it than to send it out in fear. Watch the other birds. If they circle 3 or 4 times before heading out, conditions are difficult. Wind shear maybe, or magnetic disturbance. Your bird will sense this too. Trust its instinct. A bird that refuses to leave the basket is telling you something. Listen. Now the race itself. You can't control the wind, the weather, or the hawks, but you can trust the preparation. And if you've done the work, your bird will fly with confidence, not just speed. During the race, do not obsess over the clock. Do not refresh the online results every 5 minutes. Do not call other fanciers asking if their birds are home. This changes nothing. Instead, prepare the loft. Refresh the water. Set out the recovery feed. Make sure the landing board is clear. Your bird is flying. Your job is to make sure home is ready. Some fanciers stand outside, watching the sky. This is fine if it calms you, but do not call your bird. Do not whistle. Let it find its way in silence. The homing instinct is not triggered by sound. It is triggered by memory, by magnetism, by the sun. Your voice is irrelevant. When it returns, the real work begins. The first 2 hours are the golden window. Minute 0 to 30. Offer fresh water with electrolytes, 1 pinch of sea salt, 1 drop of honey, a squeeze of lemon per liter. Let it drink freely. Dehydration recovery cannot be rushed. Some birds will drink for 30 seconds straight. Others take small sips. Both are normal. Just make sure the water is cool. Not cold, not warm. Room temperature. Cold water shocks the system. Warm water encourages bacteria growth. Do not touch the bird yet. Do not pick it up to check its condition. Do not stroke its head or inspect its wings. It needs water first. Everything else can wait. Minute 30 to 60. Offer recovery feed. 50% peas, 30% wheat, 20% flaxseed. No corn, no safflower. This mix rebuilds muscle, reduces inflammation, and kickstarts digestion without overwhelming the gut. Give only 20 to 25 grams. Overfeeding now causes sour crop and slows healing. Why peas? Because they are rich in protein and low in fat. Muscle repair requires protein, not carbohydrates. The wheat provides gentle energy, enough to keep the bird alert, not enough to cause digestive stress. In the flaxseed, it is anti-inflammatory. It soothes the gut lining and reduces oxidative stress from lactic acid buildup during flight. Some fanciers add a pinch of turmeric powder to the feed. This is acceptable. Turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory, but do not exceed 1/4 teaspoon per bird. Too much causes loose droppings and dehydration, the opposite of what you want. Hour 2 to 6. Let the bird rest. Do not enter the loft except to refill water. Do not clean. Do not rearrange perches. Do not introduce new birds. The post-race period is sacred. The bird is not just physically tired, it is mentally exhausted. It has flown through wind, dodged predators, navigated by the sun, and pushed its body to the edge of collapse. It needs stillness. That evening, add probiotics to the water. Plain, unsweetened yogurt, 1 teaspoon per bird, or a commercial Pigeon probiotic. This restores gut balance after the stress of flight. Flight disrupts the gut microbiome. Stress kills beneficial bacteria. Probiotics rebuild the colony. Without them, digestion remains sluggish for days. The bird eats but does not absorb. It loses weight. It becomes weak and enforce a 48-hour quiet zone. No visitors, no handling, no changes to the loft. A tired bird needs peace, not attention. No cameras, no inspections, no just checking. Your curiosity is not more important than its recovery. Day 2 after the race. Light activity only. Let the bird fly around the loft if it chooses. Do not force it. Do not open the trap. It is not ready to fly outside yet. Offer the same recovery feed but increase the portion to 30 grams. The appetite is returning. The gut is healing. Support this but do not rush it. Day 3. If the bird seems strong, allow short free flight around the loft. 10-15 minutes maximum. Watch for signs of fatigue, heavy breathing, reluctance to land, drooping wings. If you see any of these, bring it inside immediately and extend the rest period another 48 hours. Day 7. The bird is ready to return to normal training, but not racing. Not yet. Now the secrets of the champions. Jos Thone, a national winner from the Netherlands, never races if the wind is from the west. Crosswinds confuse even the best birds, he says. I wait for a southern tailwind. It's worth the extra week. He has won 14 national races using this method. His competitors call him superstitious. His birds call him smart. Louis van der Velde checks the sky 24 hours before every race. If there's any sign of overcast, I skip it. My birds navigate by the sun. No sun, no confidence. He once withdrew a bird from a race with a €50,000 prize pool because the forecast showed clouds. The bird would have won, but it also might have been lost. He does not gamble with lives. And Leo Heremans has one rule above all. Never ever clean the loft the week of a race. The smell of home is their anchor. Change it and you break their map. He has not cleaned his race loft during season in 30 years. He scrapes droppings, yes. He refreshes water, yes. But deep cleaning? Only in winter when the birds are resting. Marcel Wouters, a Belgian champion with over 200 first-place finishes, adds this. I walk my birds through the basket 3 days before the race. I let them step in, smell it, step out. No stress, just familiarity. On race day, they enter the basket like it's their second home. Adrian van de Poel, a Dutch master, says, I never race a bird in its first molt. The body is already rebuilding feathers. Adding race stress on top of that is cruelty, not sport. He waits until the bird completes its molt, even if it means skipping an entire season. His birds race longer, healthier, and stronger because of it. But avoid these 5 deadly mistakes. Handling the bird the moment it returns. Wait at least 30 minutes. Your touch is not comfort, it is stress. Let it drink, let it eat, let it settle. Then you may check its condition. Giving regular feed instead of recovery mix. It's too heavy, too soon. Corn and safflower are race preparation feed. They are not recovery feed. They sit in the crop like stones. The bird cannot digest them properly. It develops sour crop. It loses days of recovery time. Racing again the following week. Give it 7-10 days to fully recover. Some birds seem fine after 3 days. They are not. Muscle repair takes a full week. Racing too soon causes micro-tears in the flight muscles. These accumulate. Eventually the bird becomes chronically fatigued. It stops winning. Worse, it stops coming home. Ignoring late returns. A bird that comes back after 48 hours is exhausted, not lost. Quarantine it, rehydrate it slowly, and let it rest for the season. Do not race it again this year. Its confidence is shaken. Its body is depleted. One more race could kill it. Skipping probiotics. The gut is the engine of recovery. If it's not running, nothing else works. You can give the perfect feed, the perfect rest, the perfect loft conditions. But if the gut microbiome is destroyed, the bird cannot absorb nutrients. It starves from the inside. Probiotics are not optional. They are essential. At Pigeon Healthy, we support this recovery with natural care. After every race, we offer a gentle infusion of chamomile and flaxseed to reduce inflammation and calm the nervous system. It's not medicine, it's respect. Chamomile has been used for centuries to calm stress. In birds, it reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that, if left elevated, suppresses immune function and delays healing. Flaxseed provides omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation at the cellular level. Together, they create a recovery environment that is gentle, natural, and effective. We do not use chemical supplements. We do not force-feed synthetic vitamins. We trust the wisdom of the plant world, the same plants that wild pigeons have used for survival for thousands of years. If you'd like our full post-race herbal protocol used in lofts from Belgium to Brazil, comment "Race Calm" below and I'll send you our free guide. It includes dosage charts, preparation methods, and a 14-day recovery timeline used by champions across 3 continents. Because the bird that flies 500 kilometers through wind and rain doesn't do it for trophies. It does it because it trusts that when it lands, home will be exactly as it left it. Calm, familiar, and safe. And it is our duty to make sure it is. This is not sentimentality. This is biology. A bird that trusts its home flies faster. It navigates with confidence. It pushes through fatigue because it knows that safety waits at the end. Break that trust through neglect, through impatience, through poor recovery, and you break the bird. Racing pigeons are not machines. They are athletes. They are partners, and they deserve care that reflects the effort they give. Every race is a covenant. You send the bird into danger. It trusts you to make the return worthwhile. Honor that trust. Prepare properly. Recover properly. And when the bird lands tired, thirsty, and triumphant, be the home it flew so hard to reach. The moment your bird lands on the roof, wings drooping, eyes tired but alert, the race isn't over. In fact, the most critical phase has just begun. Because how you handle the next 72 hours will determine not just if this bird races again, but if it races stronger, healthier, and with even greater trust in you. The champions know this. They don't celebrate the return, they protect it. The first 2 hours are sacred. In the first 30 minutes, offer only electrolyte water, 1 pinch of sea salt, 1 drop of honey, a squeeze of lemon per liter. Let the bird drink at its own pace. Never force it. Dehydration recovery is not about volume. It's about balance. After 30 minutes, offer the recovery feed, 50% peas, 30% wheat, 20% flaxseed. This isn't regular feed, it's repair fuel. Peas rebuild muscle fibers torn in flight. Wheat restores glycogen without spiking blood sugar. Flaxseed reduces inflammation in joints, gut, and nerves. Give only 20 to 25 grams. Overfeeding now diverts energy from healing to digestion. And that's a mistake even experienced fanciers make. That evening, add probiotics to the water. Plain, unsweetened yogurt. 1 teaspoon per bird or a commercial pigeon probiotic. This isn't optional. During flight, the gut lining becomes inflamed and beneficial bacteria die off. Without probiotics, harmful bacteria take over, leading to poor nutrient absorption, weak immunity, and slow recovery. Studies from Ghent University show that pigeons given probiotics after a 300-kilometer race recover 30% faster and have 40% fewer post-race illnesses. But recovery isn't just physical, it's psychological. A bird that had a hard race chased by hawks, caught in rain, lost for hours needs emotional space. Do not handle it. Do not show it to visitors. Do not clean the loft near its perch. For the next 48 hours, enforce absolute calm. No changes, no noise, no stress. The top fanciers treat this time like a healing ritual, not a waiting period. Now let's talk about the masters, their habits, their wisdom, their quiet discipline. Leo Heremans, one of Belgium's most consistent winners, never races a bird 2 weeks in a row. Recovery isn't a break, he says, it's part of the race. He gives every bird at least 10 days between long-distance events. And during that time, he watches, not just for physical signs, but for behavior. If it preens with pride, it's ready. If it hides, it needs more time. Joe Stone, a national champion from the Netherlands, keeps a simple log: date, distance, weather, return time, and behavior on days 1. Over time, he's learned how his birds recover from heat, cold, wind, or long distances. This data becomes his personal recovery protocol, more valuable than any generic advice. And Louis van der Velde has a rule few follow. He retires birds that show hesitation at the trap, not because they're weak, but because they've given him a signal. A bird that doubts home isn't ready to race, he says. Forcing it doesn't make a champion, it makes a loss. But the deepest lesson is this: race day preparation doesn't end with one race. The birds that recover well become the foundation of your future bloodlines. Their offspring inherit not just speed, but resilience, confidence, and trust. One hen that returned from a 400-kilometer race through a storm became the mother of 3 national winners. Her value wasn't in her wings, it was in her mind. At Pigeon Healthy, we support this legacy with natural care. After every race, we use a gentle herbal infusion of chamomile, flaxseed, and thyme to reduce inflammation, calm the nervous system, and support gut healing without chemicals, without stress. It's the same blend used by top lofts in Belgium and Turkey. If you'd like our full post-race herbal protocol, including exact ratios and timing, comment race calm below and I'll send you our free guide, 5 natural remedies every fancier should know. Because the bird that flies home isn't just returning to a loft, it's returning to a promise that you will honor its effort with care, with patience, and with respect. And in that promise, you do more than win races. You build a partnership that lasts for seasons. So as you watch your bird rest after its journey, the bird lands on your roof, wings heavy, eyes tired but bright. It's home. You feel relief, pride, maybe even joy. But the champions know this is not the end. It's the beginning of the most important phase, the recovery that determines whether this bird will race again and whether it will race stronger. Because a race isn't won in the sky, it's won in the quiet hours after the trap closes. The first 2 hours are non-negotiable. In the first 30 minutes, offer only electrolyte water, 1 pinch of sea salt, 1 drop of honey, a squeeze of lemon per liter. Let the bird drink freely, but do not force it. Dehydration recovery is not about how much it drinks, but how well its body absorbs it. After 30 minutes, offer the recovery feed, 50% peas, 30% wheat, 20% flaxseed. This is not regular feed, it is repair fuel. Peas provide amino acids to rebuild muscle. Wheat restores energy without spiking blood sugar. Flaxseed reduces inflammation in the gut, joints, and nervous system. Give only 20 to 25 grams. Overfeeding now causes sauerkraut, slows digestion, and diverts energy from healing. That evening, add probiotics to the water. Plain unsweetened yogurt, 1 teaspoon per bird or a commercial Pigeon probiotic. This is not optional. During flight, the gut lining becomes inflamed and beneficial bacteria die off. Without probiotics, harmful bacteria take over, leading to poor nutrient absorption, weak immunity, and slow recovery. A 2021 study from Ghent University showed that pigeons given probiotics after a 300-kilometer race had 35% higher return rates in subsequent races and 50% fewer respiratory infections. But recovery is not just physical, it is psychological. A bird that faced hawks, storms, or disorientation needs emotional space. Do not handle it. Do not show it to visitors. Do not clean the loft near its perch. For the next 48 hours, enforce absolute calm. No changes, no noise, no stress. The top fanciers treat this time as sacred, not a waiting period, but a healing ritual. Now learn from the masters. Leo Heremans never races a bird 2 weeks in a row. Recovery isn't a break, he says. It's part of the race. He gives every bird at least 10 days between long-distance events and watches for signs of readiness. Bright eyes, confident trap response, spontaneous short flights. Joosten then keeps a simple log. Date, distance, weather, return time, and behavior on days 1, 3, and 7. Over time, he's learned how his birds recover from heat, cold, wind, or long distances. This data becomes his personal recovery protocol, more valuable than any generic advice. Louis van der Velde retires birds that show hesitation at the trap, not out of disappointment but respect. A bird that doubts home isn't ready to race, he says. Forcing it doesn't make a champion. It breaks trust. But the deepest lesson is this. Recovery builds legacy. The birds that heal well become the foundation of your future bloodlines. Their offspring inherit not just speed, but resilience, confidence, and trust. One hen that returned from a 400-kilometer race through a storm became the mother of 3 national winners. Her value wasn't in her wings, it was in her will to come home. At Pigeon Healthy, we support this legacy with natural care. After every race, we use a gentle herbal infusion of chamomile, flaxseed, and thyme to reduce inflammation, calm the nervous system, and support gut healing without chemicals, without stress. It's the same blend used by top lofts in Belgium and Turkey. If you'd like our full post-race herbal protocol, including exact ratios and timing, comment race calm below and I'll send you our free guide, 5 natural remedies every fancier should know. Because the bird that flies home isn't just returning to a loft. It's returning to a promise that you will honor its effort with care, with patience, and with respect. And in that promise, you do more than win races. You build a partnership that lasts for seasons. So as you watch your bird rest after its journey, remember the greatest victory isn't the clock. It's the trust in its eyes when it looks at you and knows it's home. Remember, the greatest victory isn't the clock. It's the trust in its eyes when it looks at you and knows it's home.